Good morning. I'm just getting ready for my flight, and I was just filling this up. Does that mean I'm getting old? I finished just in time. I started it like 10 minutes ago. I didn't want to do anything wrong, and I only dropped one pill. And I need to find it because there it is. I don't want my cat to get it. Give me 1 second. I don't want my cat to get it, and I don't know if I can reach it. Ah! There, I got it. I got it. And I don't know which pill it was, so now I just got to throw it away. So who's here with me? Hi, Karen. You caught me. So I'm packing light to go there. I'm just bringing a carry-on. I'm bringing my laptop, my medicine, clothes, and these blank puzzles, and Frankie's birthday gifts. And my phone and my chargers. And I think that's all I'm bringing. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. My flight leaves at 6:30 tonight, and then I go to Phoenix, and then I take right off and go to JFK, and then from JFK, I have a rental car to drive to Trevor's house, and then the rental cars now, they don't do them mile-wise. I haven't rented a car in a while, and I don't know if this is how it's been, or I just don't remember, or this is a new thing, but it's just per day rates. And it's like 45 a day, unlimited mileage. So that's going to work out better because the reason I'm going home is I have doctor's appointments and I want to visit Frankie. Yeah, so it's a day rate of $44. So that's pretty cool. And then I have doctor's appointments on Tuesday and on Friday. And I don't know if my doctor's appointment on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Oh, so I was saying I take off at 6:30 tonight, and because of the time change, I'll actually land in New York City at 5:30 in the morning if my flight isn't delayed. So I actually want to go to Walmart and buy one of those pillows, those neck pillows, because I know I'm going to sleep on the plane. And oh, I learned a trick about picking your seats. I'm flying American Airlines, and it has, preferred seating, and, this seat is $11 extra, and this seat is $22 extra, and this seat is $30 extra. Which one do you want? And it makes you think you have to pick one, but guess what? You don't. And you don't have to pay extra for any seating. You just check in, and then they assign you one of those seats for free. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. Leave a comment if you knew that or not. I didn't know that. I learned it today. I learned it yesterday when I checked in. So I don't know. The only downside to that is I don't know if I have a center seat or a window seat. I wasn't thinking of that. I was just thinking of saving money. But I usually like the wall seats because I can lean against the wall. I'll have to look at my flight and see what seats it gave me. One of them is a seat A. So I don't know if that's an aisle or a window. And let's see. I took a picture of my boarding pass. One of them is seat 9A, and the other one is a seat 27E. So I'll have to find out. The A sounds like it's either going to be an aisle or a window because it's usually ABC. And then the other one is E. So I don't know if it's A, B, C, D, E, F, and that'll probably be a middle seat. So I'll be like this. I'll be cuddly and warm between people, maybe. And that's going to be a long leg from Tucson to from Tucson to New York. A is a window, that would be cool. But that's the short flight. That's only like from Tucson to Phoenix. That'll be a half-hour flight. Maybe if I get lucky, the seat next to the window will be open on my E seat. Yeah, of course, that's the short flight, Karen. Karen, are you allowed to be on the computer at work, or are you not working today? Or are you done working? When I go to the doctor on tomorrow, I have to fill out my forms so he can send my records to the disability people for Social Security disability. I hope all that goes smoothly. And I'm thinking about, since last June you've been out, good. You got to live your life, you know? And I mean, I've tried to work this last year, but I've lost 2 jobs, you know, because I've been unable to work. So, I think because of the profession I was in, well, actually I lost 3 jobs because I can't shoot weddings, but um, losing 2 teaching jobs, I don't think that's good for kids to have teachers that need to keep leaving. So, and are just unable to be in a classroom and unable to teach and function. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. Um, it's really sad. I don't want to cry again. Sorry. I just got to keep finding things that I can do and things that make me happy, you know? Even if it's like, I know. Thank you, Karen. Even if it's like just drawing when I can and posting a video and hoping someone learns something from it, that makes me feel like I'm teaching. So if I'm ever posting a tutorial on how to do something, I hope someone's getting something out of it because it makes me feel productive and it makes me feel like I spent all those years in college for something. But it's funny, like, I started college when Trevor was 6 weeks old, you know, so I could teach. And then I finally started teaching, and then I can't, you know. Well, it's not that I can't. I guess I just can't teach in a classroom. Ah, sorry. Now I gotta blow my nose, and that's gonna be messy. Well, I feel like I did find my path. I just cry sometimes. I think the whole thing is depressing. I think it's a normal thing to be sad about. You know, you spend your whole life with a career in mind. When Mrs. Salata says you're doing something wrong and you decide you're going to be a different kind of teacher. And you get awards for writing papers about the importance of creativity in children. And I should dig out that paper and send it to psychology, educational psychology magazines, and get it published, because the psychology department at Hudson Valley gave me awards for that paper I wrote. Oh, I know work own. It's not work. It was what I loved to do. And when you do something you love to do, it's not work. It brought me joy. I didn't want to cry this morning. I don't know what got me started on this crap. Teaching isn't crap, crying's crap. Guys, I didn't want to cry today. So tomorrow I'll be holding my grandson. And I made him a few blankets. Oh, I gotta pack those. So I can cuddle with my little cuddle bug. I was able to do it. And I did change some lives, so. And I did substitute teach a lot. And I did get to do art lessons with kids when I substitute taught. When they finished their lessons, I did some art lessons and they enjoyed that, and I did get to do a lot of things that I wanted to do. Yeah. And now I can make art, you know? And hopefully with sharing videos, I can still teach a little bit when I can. So the cutest thing happened yesterday with the doves. There's been a dove in a nest outside my campground, outside my campsite, outside my camper. And I thought she was sitting on the baby birds. I thought maybe the birds hatched. The eggs hatched. But they didn't hatch. They the eggs are still there. And what was cute was a bird landed on the table and Josh said, "Uh-oh, what's that?" I said, "No, that's the father dove, and he stays in a tree 10 feet away, and whenever any other doves come around, he scares them away." And I said, "He's probably coming to lay on the eggs so she can like stretch her legs for a while." And wouldn't you know, that's exactly what he was doing. He hopped up into the tree. As he got close to the nest, she started to walk away from the nest. He sat on the eggs and she flew away. And when they were doing the change of the guards, I saw that the eggs were still in the nest and they're not hatching. And I hope it's not because it's been so cold here. It's only gonna barely hit 70 degrees here today, which is not right for Arizona at the end of May. It was cool. I hear that they keep the same mate, like ducks and swans. See, look at my hair, like it wants to be cut short. Do you see that? A nice bob cut. No, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that because I like to put it up in a ponytail because it tickles my face in the wind. I used to have a bob. When Trev was a baby, I had a bob and it did look really good, but I was younger then. And um it did look good. I'll have to dig out. If you look through my old profile pictures, you'll see. And I had shoulder length hair sometimes too. Like I guess it was like this. Not curling out so much, but I don't know, like about that. And it looked healthy and cute. It's kind of longish and unhealthy right now, but it does look pretty when it's wavy. And I like when I wear it back in a ponytail, and I have a long ponytail like that. So I think I'm going to keep it long for a while. When I was in high school, like I couldn't grow it past my shoulders. And now it's finally growing. Frankie's birthday's tomorrow and she's going to be 11. And I got her a very special present. And I'm going to explain the concept of why I purchased it and what it symbolizes before she opens it without telling her what it is. And what it symbolizes is, I'm not going to say it because I'll start crying again. I'm just emotional today. Why am I emotional today? Is it just Karen and Nancy here with me? It says there's just two people. So I'm thinking it's Karen and Nancy. I went shooting yesterday, and one of my aunts said, "Why are you shooting a gun? What are you doing?" You know, because she knows I'm a hippie and everything. And the only reason I was doing it was I like to compare things, and I love archery. And I thought it would be interesting to go pistol shooting and kind of compare it to archery shooting. And I can't believe she's going to be 11 either, Karen. And so I was comparing it, and I didn't like it. I hated it. I hated that the target looked like a person, because when I go archery shooting, I just shoot at a round target. I don't shoot at the animals, and I certainly don't have a target that looks like a person. So that was so bizarre to me. But then I got thinking, okay, so what if it's like a person breaking into my camper and I have to defend myself? So then I tried to think of it like that. Oh, thanks, Karen. Thanks for stopping on. I have chicken salad for lunch that I'm going to be eating shortly. I'll take an early lunch because I know that's going to taste yummy. I think I might wrap it in cheese instead of bread. So I wanted it to compare it to archery. I didn't like the target itself. I didn't like that when I shot it, I saw, you could see it fire. You could see a spark. And when it did that, you lost sight of the target. And I didn't like that so much. And it wasn't instinctive like when I shoot my bow. It was, you're looking at through a sight. And it was just a metal sight. It wasn't like crosshairs or anything. So it wasn't completely cheating like I feel sights are, but it was way different, and it was so loud. Even though I had like these muffle things over my ears. Love you too, Karen. It was just very, very loud and uncomfortable, and I did not, and it was expensive. It was so expensive. We had to pay for the fee, which is the same as archery, $12.50 for the day or $12.50 for the hour. I think archery is $12.50 for the day. And then we had to pay for the ammo, which is different than archery, because once you buy the arrows, you buy the arrows. That's it. And I understand you have to buy the ammo, and I understand that you can't reuse the bullets, but they're expensive. They were like $17.50 a box. And then you have to rent the gun because I don't own a gun. And you have to pay for the paper targets, where when you go to an archery range, the targets are already up. And there were two of us shooting. So we had to pay for and that's normal, but so we needed 2 boxes. We needed 2 boxes of bullets, ammo, where if we went to the archery range, we would just share my bow and share the arrows. So this ended up being like an $80 hour and 15 minutes, experience compared to $12.50 at the archery range. And I felt like archery takes a lot more skill than what we were doing. And the guy that worked at the pistol range asked me what I thought, because he shoots archery as well. And I just said, well, I felt like there was no skill involved, and it was kind of boring, you know. And he said, how'd you shoot? I said, well, I did pretty good. He said, oh yeah, that's really good for your first time, and that's really good grouping, and blah 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 and all that. And he said, well, if you want more of a challenge, start setting a timer or try to do more precise shooting. And he showed me different targets and different ways you could score. And and I also said, you know, it's a lot more expensive than archery and loud. And I just didn't, I just think it's not for me. It's just not for me. I was comfortable holding the gun. I didn't like loading the magazine because that it's just easy. Not that it's easier. I like knocking the arrow. I like putting the arrow on the string and the arrow rest. I like that whole process of drawing the arrow out of the quiver and putting it on the bow, compared to loading a magazine, snapping it in, clicking off the safety. Like, that's so mechanical. And I feel like it's pushing buttons instead of using my body. It's a whole different, I don't think I'll shoot a gun again unless I have to, you know what I mean? But I prefer, for a sport, archery, hands down. Dad gum? What's that mean? Nancy, I don't know what that means. Karen said shoulder length, I can still put my hair in a ponytail. Yeah, but I like a longer ponytail, I guess. Oh yeah, that it was expensive. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yes. It was very expensive. I had a boyfriend back in the late 80s that we went out in his backyard with a 22. It was a rifle, and we shot into a gallon milk jug full of water. And when you hit it, you saw we started at the top and water would squirt out of the gallon jug. And that was fun. And that was only the cost of ammo, because we didn't have to pay for the range and we didn't have to rent a gun. So, you know, that wasn't as expensive. That was just the cost of ammo. And, you know, so it was expensive. Once you own the stuff, you own the stuff, you know? So, well, I'm gonna get something to eat. I think I'm very hungry. Thank you everybody for joining me and cheering me up when I got a little down there for a minute. And I appreciate everybody, and thanks so much.